So we have breaking news right out of Pennsylvania, and this is not the Supreme Court case, which, by the way, the stay still stays in effect. That is a stay that was issued by Justice Alito. He's referred it to the full court, and that is the stay on the late incoming ballots, the ballots that came in after Election Day and after that time, I think it was 8 p.m. Eastern time in Pennsylvania, those ballots that were supposed to be segregated, and he said they could be counted, but they should not be included in the vote total. And he's issued an order on that. And he asked the various counties and precincts, did you do this? Did you sort them and put them aside? And most did not. So there's an issue there. This new case out of Pennsylvania does not relate to that. But when you talk about remember, I keep saying how you've got to build enough cases from enough states where these become outcome determinative. So where the Supreme Court, if they were to look at 6 cases out of 4 states, that if they decided on President Trump's side, that it would change the outcome of the election. So we've got a second case out of Pennsylvania, which involves at least 10,000 votes and potentially many thousands more. Let me just read it to you. A Pennsylvania judge ruled in favor of the Trump campaign late Thursday, ordering that the state may not count ballots where the voters needed to provide proof of ID and failed to do so by November 9th. State law said that voters have until 6 days after the election, this year that was November 9th, to cure problems regarding a lack of proof of ID. After the Pennsylvania Supreme Court ruled that mail-in ballots could be accepted 3 days after the election day, the Pennsylvania Secretary of State just submitted guidance on her own that said proof of ID could be provided up until November 12th, which is 6 days from the ballot acceptance deadline. And that guidance was issued only 2 days before Election Day. Well, the court in Pennsylvania concluded that the Secretary of State, in her official capacity as Secretary of Commonwealth, lacked the statutory authority to issue, this is quoting the court, the November 1st, 2020 guidance to Respondents County's Board of Elections, insofar as that guidance purported to change the deadline for certain electors to verify proof of ID. This was in line with the Trump campaign's argument, which was that there was no basis in the state's law to extend the identification deadline. The court had previously ordered that all ballots where voters provided proof of identification between November 10th and 12th should be segregated until a ruling was issued. That ruling has been issued, and the judge there, Judge Levitt, has said that those ballots shall not be counted. Those ballots shall not be counted. Folks, we've told you this has to be a buildup.
The legal challenges are exactly the strategy at this point. And what is missing, I think, from the media narrative is that there is nothing more democratic than having a system that allows legal challenges. And so the idea that we shouldn't be able to follow legal paths because it's undemocratic is exactly the opposite. In free countries that have a democratic process, there is a very specific legal process. I say follow the legal process. What we're doing at ACLJ is amazing work. It is some of the hardest work because it's detailed and you're down in the bowels of fighting legally and creating briefs. But this is the rule of law. This is how we challenge. And a lot has been done to advance our system and protect people's rights by appealing to the courts.
It's the advice you've been giving, Jordan, to stay patient, to let the evidence be gathered, presented, and heard, and then ultimately, at the end of the day, a decision will be made. Jordan, that process is moving forward. I think all Americans should be confident in that, and quite frankly, I would hope that all sides would be glad that that's happening. Now, I don't expect that would be the case, but Jordan, it's what you've said all along. Stay patient, the evidence is going to be heard, and the right decision is going to be made.